Hey guys, how are you? So in this
guys.
video here, Kristen and I want to talk about, which I think is probably the most important thing.
It is the most
Yeah, it is the most, and this is talking to people, and this is how you're going to talk to somebody that may be interested in a challenge group, or how you go from inviting to all the way to the point of getting what it is to be part of the group, or saying finishing off so that they get a product or a program or a challenge pack through you. And this is something that we call the 5-step invitation process. So to capitalize and just kind of hit the bullets of what the 5 steps are, and then Kristen and I are actually going to break down what each step is and how you go through it. After that, I want to hit on what the 5 steps are first. So step 1, guys, is the initial invite. This could be something as little as a post you put up on your social media and somebody shows interest, so then they're interested in it, or it can be just a private message of you inviting somebody to, in fact, your challenge group. The next step, step 2, which is the most important step, is getting their why. What are their struggles? What are their pain points? The person that is interested in the challenge group, it's asking them questions and truly showing that you care in the person to find out what their why is, what their goal is. That's step 2. We're going to get into that in a minute. Step 3 is sharing a little bit more about our groups. And we do that through a third-party tool. Sometimes, most often, it's through a video that we share that goes over a little bit of what the challenge group, so you don't need to say anything more. You can just share this third-party tool. The 4th step is really breaking down what the challenge group is, how it all works, the cost, and many other of the specifics of the group so that people know what it's about. And step 5 is the actual, closing somebody to get them to purchase the product so you can set them up to be a coach or be in the challenge group or whatever it is that goes forward. So now that I gave you the 5 steps, we want to kind of back up a little bit and kind of get into step 1. So step 1, a little bit about the initial invite.
So the initial invite can come in many ways, right? And an invite means you're asking somebody to join either your team as a coach or to join your upcoming challenge group. Most of the time it will be for the challenge group because this person has never done this before. But really it can be, you can reach out through private message, email, text, voice messages are really great ways, personal ways to connect with people, or even on a public post, what we call a call to action, saying, this is done X, Y, and Z for me, come and join me, comment below or message me, giving them a call to action. That's the invite. It's just, your invite should be very laid back and relaxed, like, hey girl. He won't say, hey girl. Yeah. Hey girl, I know that you've been super busy. I know we've talked recently and, you wanted to get back in shape or whatever conversation you've had with that person in the past. And do not invite people cold, meaning people that you have spoken to in the past. Those are the people you should be inviting because this business is built on relationships. Inviting someone you haven't talked to in 20 years is yucky. To be quite honest, they're going to be like, that's a sales pitch. You don't want to come off like that. So make sure it's somebody you've had a conversation with so you can take bits from the conversation and pull it into your invite. Hey girl, I know you said you've been so busy lately and you haven't even had time to take a break or breathe. I have an upcoming online fitness and support group coming. I don't even call them challenge groups because people don't know what that means. And I it's really a great support system for busy people like you. After we've been talking, would you be interested in trying that out with me? Doing it alongside me for 30 days. Very laid back, very like, hey, I don't know if it's for you or not, but would you be interested? Kind of like that.
No, and to add to that, I think that a golden rule that I've often shared with people is not to invite somebody for at least after talking to them for 2 weeks. It doesn't mean you need to be talking to them every single day for 2 weeks.
Right.
But I think so often what we see happen is people rush the invite and like a cold invite, and that's not really what we do. We want to talk to somebody, find the common ground. I think this is one thing. What's the connective tissue when you start speaking to somebody new that you guys have in common? Maybe it's your kids, maybe it's your place of employment, maybe it's where you live, maybe it's vacations they've been on. So your first couple conversations over the first 2 weeks is just building that relationship. And every single day, and you learned in the coach training, you should be adding people to your network and expanding it daily. Every single day, you should expanding it daily. So eventually, the time's going to come that every single day, you're going to have people to invite, because if you're expanding your network daily, then the people that you added to, say, your list a couple of weeks ago will be ready for an invite. So a way that I do it for the guys is I just simply say sometimes, hey, Kristen and I are penciling people in for our next 30-day fitness and support group. Have you ever considered joining one of my monthly fitness groups? That's it. Have you ever considered joining one of my groups? It's very informal. It's laid back, but that's the step one. But guys, remember, build a relationship first. And if you're adding people to your network every single day, then eventually you're going to be able to be inviting people every single day as well. So let's go.
Side note to that. If you are posting consistently on your social media, these people that you're talking to are watching you, whether you know it or not. So when you go to invite them, they're going to know what you're talking about. If you are posting every day. If you're not posting religiously, like we tell you to all the time, this is actually going to be harder for you.
Yeah.
People are not going to know what you're talking about. They might not even have belief in what you're doing because they can't physically see what you're doing. So it's really important to talk to people, but consistently be posting because they watch what you do.
Exactly.
They want to know this works.
So the next step is the most important.
Most important. And you're going to spend the most time
here
on step 2. This is the relationship part.
Right.
Of
and this is where we get, and this is where I'm going to tell you the number one thing people are going to ask after the initial invite. So, right after you invite people, the most common thing you're going to hear most often is people are going to say, how much does it cost? Right? And so often we want to rush into, I call it like vomit on them. Oh my God, it's this best program, 21-day fix. You get the challenge pack, you get Shakeology. We have an amazing group. It's $160, and you vomit and then you lost them. Don't do that. If people ask how much it's going to cost, I always go and weave in this. I'll simply say something like, it all depends, but what most important is I need to know how I can help you best. So tell me a little bit more about you and your goals. And the more I know about you, the better I can help you and point you in the right direction.
You control the conversation.
Right.
Don't let them control the conversation.
Right. So when people ask for the
revert back to the why.
Right. When people refer to the price, I deflect it and say it all depends. But the most important thing is that I want to know more about you and your goals. The more I know about you, the better I can help you and point you in the right direction. I always read back to that. You never ever want to give a price so early on, because this is the thing. If you give somebody a price no matter what, they're going to give a price objection. And the thing is, you haven't been able to share the value of what we have with the groups and everything to offer if you're giving the price up right away. And then on top of that, you won't even be able to talk to them about what they said their goals are, which is their pain points, which often is what helps you overcome objections. So you're going to get the cost objection right away. You need to just say, you need to, like I explained to you, weave it back, rewatch what I said if you need to. But here in step 2 is where you really need to spend the most time and ask questions and get to know about them.
Yeah, I deflect it with, oh my gosh, I'll go over everything, all the deets with you.
Oh, yep.
First, I just have to know where you're at and where you want to go, so I know best how to help you.
I love that.
Is that cool? All right, so questions that you're asking people. First of all, you're going to have a lot of questions that you want to ask. You're going to want to listen more than you're talking at this point. And you're going to ask no more than 2 questions at a time. So hey, just tell me what your goals are, health and fitness related right now. And what would you say is your biggest struggle? Those are the first 2 I always start with. They give me their goals. If they give you a generic kind of, I want to lose weight, I want to feel good. How much weight would you ideally want to lose? Are you looking to tone? Do you currently exercise? What does your nutrition look like? Guys, I can't tell you how big that is, because Shakeology is probably, next to cost, the biggest objection, because people don't know what Shakeology is. They're like, I can get that at GNC, that protein powder. No, you can't.
And can I just stop you right there for a sec with the Shakeology? Shakeology, this is the thing, and there's 5 steps because this is all stuff you deal with. Shakeology for a customer, right? Coaches get 25% off. Yes. It's about $4 a day as a full meal replacement. So you have to look at it this way, is that you can't go to a deli or go to a pizza joint or pizza station and buy 2 slices of pizza and a drink, or a deli sandwich and a drink for $4 a day. And that is garbage for your body. So my posture,
people pay that for coffee. Starbucks.
Right, they go to Starbucks and they'll spend $6 on all this. Yeah, right. We've paid it. So and that's not good for you. You're getting over 70 vitamins and minerals and superfoods, and explain to them it's not a protein drink. It has high quality proteins in it, But the thing is that it's the full meal replacement with the vitamins and minerals and antioxidants and phytonutrients and adaptogens and superfoods that separates it. So for $4 a day, it's a steal. So that's why when
that's
Kristen
something
brought,
you can get into later on,
right?
If they object to Shakeology,
right?
towards
But
the
it made
end.
me think of it. But Kristen was talking about the points and asking questions.
So, what are your goals? What are your biggest struggles? Tell me about your nutrition. What does that look like? How are your energy levels on a daily basis?
Yeah.
Because we know Shakeology helps improve energy, right? I also like to connect emotions to their answers. Like, oh, I want to lose 25 pounds. I'm always so busy. I work long hours, blah, blah, blah. If you lost these 25 pounds, and you were able to, be more energetic for your kids and feel better in your clothes and take all those things they told you and say, what would change for you? What would be better, And I really like to hear people's answers because they're connecting emotion to the outcome, right? Almost like they can picture themselves losing that 25 pounds and being there, and really listening to what they have to say is really, really important. And you should be taking notes on everything that they're telling you, because I think that step 2, it's like you're like building your case like a lawyer, because at the end, if they give you objections, that's when you take all of the information they gave me and you can say, listen, you told me, you can't lose these 25 pounds. You can't get to the gym. You're exhausted all the time. I'm telling you, I have a great solution for you. You have to be open to trying it. At least give me 2 weeks to see, and you get 30-day money back guarantee. If you don't like it, you send it back. No big deal.
Right, and I think that
Very laid back.
I think so often what we do is people skip this step. People will say
rush
after the
through
invite,
it, or rush through it.
or rush through it.
Completely.
People will say, "Yes, I'm interested. Tell me more about it." And you go into telling them about the group, the fitness program, and Shakeology, instead of stopping it and hitting pause.
You control the conversation.
And realizing you need to, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Mm-hmm. And when you take the time, I've had many people say this to me, that they've always asked me, tell me more about the group. But when I stop the conversation and ask them questions, like Kristen explained, they're like, wow, this coach, like David really cares. He wants to know my struggles. He wants to know how he can best help me. He's taken the time to ask these questions. Guys, this is the most important piece. All right, so...
And I have more questions.
Okay, so go ahead. Yeah, see, this is the most important step.
Another thing that I would ask people is, their past experiences also shape their objections, right? So, what have you done in the past and why do you think it didn't work? Because I can tell you, probably 100% of the time, nobody's done a group like we have. And that motivation and accountability piece is what people lack. It's very easy for someone to go buy a DVD or go do BOD by themselves. But what happens is after 2 to 3 weeks of them just doing it by themselves and nobody checking on them, they fall off the wagon. Same thing with going to a gym, right? So that motivation and accountability piece of the group, that's what people miss. So you want to see somewhere along the way where people will tell you, I lose my motivation. Like I just lose it. I have a solution. This is not like anything you've ever done before, because we support each other. We have a community of people just like you in the same boat who also struggled with the same thing, but now they found the answer. This group is the answer, because you have to provide the value of that group for this person, because that's the missing link. They have to see what they haven't had filled in before and how you can fill that need.
No, I love it. So step 2, have we said it before 1,000 times?
And step 2 can take quite a few conversations. You can't rush it.
No, you can't rush it.
Don't rush it. You'll lose them. You will absolutely lose them.
You have to be
I know
patient.
from experience.
No, and I've done it too. And that also goes with, building the relationship and talking to them. And this may take a couple of days. So,
yes.
And sometimes, guys, people don't answer. Like, excuse me, you have to follow up. There's a saying, the fortune's in the follow-up. How do I follow up? I do a couple different things. One is I just say, hey, David, how are you? I just wanted to touch base and follow up because I didn't hear back. I don't know if you saw my last message. Yep. That's it. A little informal, like touch. They, pretty much they always respond back. And if I still don't get a response, my follow-up normally is something like, hey, David, how are you? I hope I didn't scare you away or say something wrong. If I did, I apologize. I just want to help. Those 2 ways I follow up pretty much I always get a response. Always get a response. But the fortune's in the follow-up, and that's why tracking your conversations as you've learned in the trainings is super important so you know where you stand. So
do not assume they're not interested.
Right.
Most people are busy, and they might look at your message while they're getting in the car with their hands full. And I know I've done this
Happens
myself
all the time.
And you don't know that, but you assume they're not interested. Oh my God, they didn't answer me. I'm gonna bother them. No, you're not bothering them. You are doing them a disservice by not following up with them
100%.
because this could change their life.
yeah.
And the statistics is, just so you know,
Oh, yeah.
you have to follow up with someone at least 7 times sometimes
Crazy.
before they actually agree to join you. So while not everybody's going to be a yes, let's do this on the first shot, most of them will be no, not right now. That means I'm probably going to join you later. As long as you stay consistent, you keep posting and you don't let me go and you keep checking in on me in a way that's caring and loving and not pestering, right? Like how you doing with your journey, you know, like if they do say no, that's how you're going to get them back. So the fortune really is in the follow-up. Do not assume that they're not interested. They're probably just super busy.
I mean, right now I'm talking to a mom that just had a baby. She's not even going to be cleared to work out until next week. And I've had to follow up with her a couple times. She has an infant, a newborn.
Sure.
And she's really excited about it, but the fortune's in the follow-up. And it's never a no, it's always a not right now. Because I truly believe everybody needs what we have. Who doesn't want to be more healthy and feel lighter and lose some weight? Like everybody. So to move on now, because we've been talking for a while. So I think we've stressed the importance of step 2. The next 3 steps are going to be a lot quicker. The next one is step 3. Now, step 3 is after you get their why. What I then do is I respond back and say, you know, great, I completely understand. I have no doubt that this challenge group or support group will help you. And then I fill in whatever it is that they explain to me. Will help you
Like
lose
their
the
goals.
10 right, to fill in their why, their goals. I have no doubt that this challenge group is going to help you lose. And I repeat it again. And then I say, like, you made a great choice to take a look. And then from there, I said, I'm going to send you a short little video that explains a little bit more about the group. Take a look at the video. Tell me what you like about the video. And I look forward to hearing back from you. Now, notice I said, tell me what you like about the video.
Say that.
And the reason I say that is I'm pulling the good out of the video.
Don't say, tell me what you think.
Yeah, tell me what you think or let me know. Say, I'm sending you a short little video that's going to go over some of the details about the group. Let me know what you like about the video. Looking forward to hearing back. And then I paste in, pretty much right now, the video that I use the most is the Ever Feel Like This video. It's a great video. It's in your Coach Online office. If you go to the Coach Online office and then you click on the Grow My Business tab and then the Shareable Media tab, it's in there.
Under Team Beachbody.
It's under Team Beachbody. Ever Feel Like This? You can click copy the link, and then in fact you can paste that in. Now I recommend that you start sharing these scripts that we're giving and saying to you, like this one that we gave to you. You share it somewhere. I use Evernote for organization on the Notes app of your phone. Yeah, save it. That's what I meant. Save it, because instead of you going to your back office every time or retyping out, you know, I totally understand. I have no doubt that this challenge group's going to help you, and then I got to fill in their why. You know, you made a great choice to take a look. Like, save it, because I use the same thing. I just plug in their why that, in fact, I got from them on step 2. So step 3, you set in the video. Now, I could tell you, and you probably agree, Chris, is that this is where sometimes you don't hear back from people the most.
Yeah.
So you got to do those follow-ups like I said before. You know, the 2 different follow-ups, I just want to touch base because I didn't hear back. Did you see the last message? Or if they still don't answer that, the one, did I scare you away? You can rewind the video. I don't want to go into it again. But that's the video that breaks down a little bit about the group. So
then you're going to transfer into, once they watch the video, they tell you what they like about it. Make sure you end with, I can't wait to hear what you like about it. I would love your feedback.
Yeah.
They'll tell you, oh, I like the support of the group, or whatever they're going to tell you. Excellent. Then you have to ask them, do you think you can picture yourself being a part of this community for the next 30 days? Can you say that you can commit to this? Like asking them, like, are you a yes or a no? And if they say yes, awesome. The next part is the fun part. We get to pick what program you're gonna do, and it depends. You might be promoting a specific program, like us for right now, we're doing Lift 4.
Right.
So we're promoting Lift 4, but there are programs for everybody, right? So that program may not be for them. The best part now is to pick your program, and of course to pick your Shakeology flavor, because I always like to match people up with a Shakeology flavor that's closest to their favorite ice cream flavor. So that's the fun part. So that's where you can send a graphic with the price of the challenge pack. I explained to them, you're gonna get something called a challenge pack, which gives you all the tools to be successful in my group. You get your automatic spot in the group once you get the pack. You get me as your free coach. The group is run for free, so all you need is your tools. These are discounted bundled packages where you're gonna get a year's worth of Beachbody On Demand. Yep. You're gonna get your first 30 days worth of Shakeology. If it comes with the portion fixed containers, your free shaker cup, everything you need to get started. So I'm gonna send you some graphics. I use the different graphics with the different prices for the packs. And I'm gonna share with you which one I recommend based on everything that you've told me so far.
Right, so this is step 4, because I know Kristen didn't mention it. So step 3 is the video. Step 4 is now the specifics of the group.
Sorry.
So yeah, that's basically what you're going to get. And that's where I share with them. And I'm more like pretty, like Kristen said, I like explaining the details. So if it's a regular challenge group, like right now we have a new program coming out, so everybody's kind of doing the same group. But if it's a regular group, most often, 98% of the time, the people are gonna get the all access Beachbody On Demand Challenge Pack. And the All Access Beachbody On Demand Challenge Pack is gonna give you, like Kristen said, Beachbody On Demand for a year. And guys, that's over $7,000 worth of Beachbody programs.
Yes.
Just that. You're going to get a shaker cup. You're going to get Shakeology for a complete month. You're gonna get, they give the portion fixed containers every single month. And then I say, we run the groups for free. And I say this challenge pack, and right now it's on sale. Like the price is $160. I even write bucks. Like let them know it's $160. That's it. And then I end with, for me, and I don't know what Kristen does. There's things for everybody. I just put sound good ? Yeah. And that's it. That's step 4.
So does that work for you?
Does that work for you? So that step 4 is kind of breaking down, what they're going to get at that point. And then to go to step 5 is pretty much if they say yes, then I use Share a Cart. A Share a Cart so that you can simply go to teambeachbody.com, you can log in, and then you can click on coach and go to Share a Cart. And that's an easy system where you get their name and you get their email address. You find out what flavor Shakeology they want or what flavor performance line they want. If they want the performance line challenge pack that you're talking to them about, you get the flavors, and in the Share a Cart, you put their name in, their email in, their flavor Shakeology, you select their package for them. It's so easy. And then it sends them an email. And it even lets you copy the link of the email it sent so you can send it to them.
Which I always do because sometimes they don't get my email.
Yeah, sometimes they don't get the email, which is sent from Team Beachbody, and that's step 5. So guys, kind of to wrap it up, because I'm looking here, this has been 22 minutes, but this is so important because this is the bread and butter of what builds your business. To get there is taking the people through the 5 steps. So to recap, step 1 is the initial invite. Okay, step 2 is getting their why. That's the most important step. Step 3 is using a third-party tool, a little bit about the group. That's using the video. Step 4 is giving them the details about the group and what they're going to get. And step 5 is the close of the deal. Now, I want to finish with one last tip. Quite often, people send me conversations. What do I need to say next? Always look at the conversation, look at the 5 steps and say, all right, they said this, but did I do step 2 yet? Did I ask them questions yet? They're asking me for the cost. What do I say? Well, let me look. All right, I didn't use step 2 yet, so let me go back to step 2. Right? You always have to realize it will always end up in the 5 steps.
I have to always say to myself, Kristen, slow it down. Because there are some people who want to jump right in, and you think like you can talk fast with them because they seem so interested, but you will still lose them. You still need to take them through the process, and you need to slow down. So you always control the conversation by slowing down and going back and asking them what you need to ask them in order to feel confident to move to the next step. You have to feel like you've invested your time and energy into this person, and they have to feel that too. They have to understand the value of everything they're gonna get with you as their coach by the end of your conversation. So that way at the end, if they really truly are ready, they're like, sign me up, right? And I just wanna do one more side note. I know we're running low on time. a lot of people ask, like, how do I know if I should guide them towards Shakeology Challenge Pack or the Performance Line Challenge Pack? Ideally, if you can get them to get both, that would be great. But I will say, for somebody who has really talked a lot about their struggle with nutrition, and that's like they have cravings or they can't control themselves, whatever, if they really, really struggle with nutrition, you go right to Shakeology with them, because that is going to be the game changer for them.
Most important.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, that should be your primary thing that you want to share with them. However, there are some people who are like, I'm good with my nutrition. Like, I want to just get really great results with my fitness, and, then I would say, okay, let's try the Performance Line with them.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of know what the person's guiding you with the answers on all those step 2 questions. Those answers will kind of give you an idea which way you want to guide them. But of course, we have challenge packs that offer both. So I always tell people, listen, you want to maximize your results, your fitness results, and you really want to get a control on your nutrition, get both.
No, absolutely. So guys, I
that's
hope
that.
this video helped you, of value to you guys. And we think it's most important. It's what basically, you're doing this every single day.
And you'll
Every
get
single
good at
day.
it. The more you do it, the better you get. And I remember not doing this at first.
Yeah.
And I would lose people, and Dave would be like, did you do the 5 steps? And I'd be like, I did it my way.
Yeah.
And my way didn't work. So when I first started doing the 5 steps, I was like, whoa, this works. And this has been around for a long time. Dave's friend Tommy Migrant invented this years ago.
Yep.
It works. Follow it. Take your time.
Absolutely.
And
So that's
it.
the 5 steps, guys. Thank you so much for being on and watching this. Hope this video helped you guys. We will talk to you soon. Peace.
Best of luck.